These are a pair of peerless daggers crafted from memory metal. With enough attention, they can bind to their master and transform into various shapes according to the user's wishes. It turns out they are replicas of the celestial armor from the ancient god ruins, and the culmination of Professor Zhang's research over the past 30 years. Duan Fei never expected that the force sequence he unintentionally provided could be used so skillfully by Professor Zhang. But the surprises weren't over yet. Professor Zhang made a promise. If the second level of the ancient god ruins is unlocked, Duan Fei will be allowed to be the first to enter and choose. Duan Fei was naturally overjoyed. Afterwards, Duan Fei asked the commander about Jinbao. "Oh, you're asking about that golden retriever puppy? He's taking care of him with Lin Wan." Watching Duan Fei's hurried departure, it was uncertain when they would meet again. He hoped his adventure would be safe. After all, that place was known as a forbidden zone for humans. Having found Jinbao, Duan Fei said goodbye to Lin Wanwan, who was reluctant to leave after class, and was already waiting at the door. "You're just going to sneak away like this?" Duan Fei wasn't a high-profile person, and he wasn't used to that kind of occasion. After a long silence following get out of class, he volunteered, "Let me go with you. I can help you." But Duan Fei brushed past him, saying, "You should know the dangers of this trip." Before he could explain, Duan Fei had already reached the outermost edge of the city wall. Jinbao had completed its transformation, spreading its canopy-like wings. "Duan Fei, will you come back?" Duan Fei simply replied, "Humph, I definitely will." Leaving the shelter, Duan Fei's adventure officially began. It was clear that the entire Qinchuan was permeated with the stench of zombies. Zombies were everywhere. Duan Fei had been here for a week, and it was indeed almost identical to his memories from his previous life, except that there were more mutated zombies. Duan Fei had tried to enter the core area many times, but each time he failed. However, the evolution tree at the heart of the area urged him forward. It was clear that what lay deep within Qinchuan was crucial to the evolution tree. Unfortunately, night would fall in an hour, so he had to go back and rest first, and then think of another way to infiltrate. Just as Duan Fei was about to reach the stronghold, Jinbao seemed to smell the presence of strangers and immediately bared his teeth. Could it be that the zombies I couldn't sense had appeared? Duan Fei immediately switched his ring to dual-wielding daggers and became alert. But when he quietly approached, he witnessed a shocking scene. Qinchuan actually had living humans. Countless questions flooded Duan Fei's mind. The man noticed Duan Fei and immediately became wary. "Damn it! They caught up so quickly? Huan, don't be afraid. Just hide behind your brother. You bastards, you all sent one of us, you're really confident. Zhou Kong, you bastards. I'll make you pay for Huan's life." Duan Fei was stunned. He had just entered and was immediately berated. "Brother, you've mistaken me for someone else." The white-haired boy looked at Duan Fei with a guilty expression and apologized. "If it were an ordinary person, they would have died at your hands long ago." Then, the white-haired boy and his sister bowed 90 degrees to Duan Fei in apology. The man's girlfriend, Chun Jiahao, had been tortured to death by a man named Zhou Kong, and even after death, she was fed to a zombie monster. Now I only have Huan left. Weakness is my original sin. I can't even take revenge now. Upon hearing this, Duan Fei was immediately filled with murderous intent. This kind of person was utterly inhuman. They even lure humans to feed zombies? Duan Fei was filled with doubt. Why would zombies need to be fed? Right? Chun Jiahao showed me your arm, and sure enough, there was something like a plant seed on it. That explains everything. That zombie was a mutated plant, so it needed to bewitch humans to achieve its goal of being fed. In this world, it's not just humans that are mutating. Animals can also be infected by viruses. Plants are least affected, which is why they were precious and rare in his previous life, because they contained massive amounts of genes and life energy. Rumor has it that a drop of the plant monster's life essence might even allow a human to evolve again. If he could kill this plant zombie first, he might be able to obtain more means of survival when entering the Qinchuan Center. By the way, Chun Jiahao, the plant seeds on your arm will give away your location. Chun Jiahao asked in surprise, No wonder I always get discovered so quickly after escaping. At this moment, Duan Fei stepped forward. Don't worry. Now that I know about this, I won't stand idly by. But Chun Jiahao, dissuaded from further discussion, they not only have guns but also superpowers. We could only watch Huan Huan sleeping soundly. Duan Fei thought of Xin Yue. I understand how you feel, and running away like this isn't a solution. Chan Jiahao agreed with Duan Fei. Then should we make some arrangements? Duan Fei said nothing was needed. Just sleep it off. Suddenly, several burly men burst in from outside. But Duan Fei told Chin Jiahao to give up resistance and let it take us back to the base. That way, I'll have a chance to wipe them all out. Our boss was right. Your location has always been under our control. After being punched, Chun Jiahao finally had an excuse to surrender. The boss found a puppy and took it for dinner, unaware that it was actually Jinbao's dinner. Meanwhile, Zhou Kong had just finished his business and found a young girl lying in the house covered in bruises. Her blonde boyfriend had witnessed the entire ordeal, and Zhou Kong wore a wicked grin. You should thank your girlfriend, otherwise you'd be dead already, Zhou Kong said, tearing off the tape from the boy's mouth. Tell me your thoughts after watching this. The blonde boy went berserk, his eyes bloodshot and tear-streaked. Zhou Kong, die! You bastard! He screamed. He was met with a punch from Duan Fei, and then Duan Fei kicked open Zhou Kang's door. Zhou Kong kneeled down.